This is Neat and Mixed from Hops and Spirits.
Welcome back to another edition of Neat and Mixed here on Hops and Spirits. I'm your host, Jonathan Green. But you know, my co-host, he's pretty cool.
Your boy Brandon.
Your boy Brandon.
Yep.
He's back again. And, you know, if you've been watching it, you know how it works. If you haven't, if this is your first episode, Neat and Mixed, what does that mean? Well, he's going to drink it neat. I will take a sip of it with some ice, and then I will mix it for you. And we'll give you your our honest opinions on what we think. And up next, we have the Chicken Cock Whiskey Island Rooster, which I just love how it all works. It's a limited edition rum barrel rye. Right, I've only had bourbon finished in rum casks, so I'm excited to try this. It's a Kentucky straight rye whiskey finished in Caribbean rum casks for at least 6 months. It's a 95.5 rye with the other 5% malted barley mash bill, coming in at 95 proof. MSRP on this one though, $200, because they only had 25 barrels of this. So we'll see. You know, it'd be interesting how this works. Shall we try?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. And yes, folks, on a $200 rye, I'm gonna mix it. Although I didn't mind that initial taste.
I bet you that's going to be really good mixed with Coke.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
You know what I mean?
when we were talking about this, I love rum cask finished. I've had Breckenridge rum cask finished. It's one of my favorites. Like, if you haven't had it, you need to go try it. I mean, I know we're not even talking about that one, but and if you want to know a little bit more about Chicken Cock, it's come back. It's an old brand that I believe was maybe out of Paris or somewhere in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Went away, came back under Master Distiller Greg Snyder, who, fun fact, helped launch Russell's Reserve at Wild Turkey.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a cool story there, and if you want to find out about it, check out the podcast Hops and Spirits Bar Conversations, where Greg talks about that. But
Absolutely.
What'd you get on the nose? What are you thinking on initial taste here?
All right. Well, I will say this: the first sip was not great, but the second sip was better. I don't know why that is, but you know as well as I do when we're drinking all the bourbons and tastings, and I don't know why it is, but it's like, you know, that first initial taste could be either great or it could be terrible. But then you go back to the second one, third one, whatever, and it's like a little different, a little different, a little different. Even go as far as, like, I'll have a couple pours out of a bottle, a new bottle, and it's just awful. I'll let it sit on the shelf for 6 months or a year because I'm like telling everybody how awful it is.
You're like, I
just
can't have
all
it.
of a sudden I just get a wild hair and reopen it and re-pour it, and it's like, it's actually not that bad. So I don't know why that is, but maybe it's a taste bud adjustment. I don't know. But I smell the little subtle sweetness from the rum on there. Obviously, it's very wood. I get the wood smell. Like, I won't say oaky, but it's wood.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You get the barrel.
You get the barrel. A little spice too, because because typically sometimes the Caribbean rum has that little spice to it.
For sure.
Depending on, you know, obviously we're not looking for coconut rum here, but yeah.
No, when you said that this would be delicious, it is absolutely delicious mixed.
Oh,
I mean,
only imagine.
And I'm not saying this because, you know, we got the sample and we're trying that, but like legit, it's really good. I'm also shocked that it's a 95.5 Kentucky rye. I'm curious where that's coming from. I can't remember. I've talked to Greg in the past. I don't know if they're Bardstown. I know Green River does a 95.5 rye. Right. So I'd be curious to see where they're getting it, or maybe they're getting it contracted still, you know, for them. And
I don't think I've ever had anything 95.5 straight rye.
Well, if you did, it would be MGP. MGP is the master of the 95.5.
Right.
But for this to be a Kentucky straight rye whiskey, it's got to come from one and only place of the bluegrass states. So.
Right.
So now, after you've had a couple sips, what do you think?
I actually like it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not just in past experience with Chicken Cock products, I've not been the biggest fan. of them, but this one I think is really good. I do like it because obviously everybody knows me and my flavor profile. I'm more of a rye guy.
That's true.
So,
which was why I was curious for you to try this one, because if you're going to be honest on any of them, it's going to be a rye.
It's going to be a rye. I'm going to shoot you straight, no matter what, but definitely on the rye. No, this one is. I really like this. Now, for $200, no.
It's hard to go after it.
No, $200. I mean, you've got to do something special for $200. Like, I mean, you've literally got to blow my doors off for that, and it's not. I mean, it's not that good, but I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but it's not $200.
So you're gonna maybe seek out a pour if you can get it from a friend, but you're not gonna go buy the bottle.
I think I might know a friend.
I don't know who he's talking about. No clue.
Yeah.
But no, I will say I love it. I love rum cask, and if you have not tried things in rum cask, you really should, because there's just a flavor there that comes with it that is beautiful. That's how I'm going to say it. This is great. I'm with you though. The $200 is hard.
It's hard.
Because I mean, you can get a lot of bourbon for $200. So for one bottle, that's tough.
Like,
but man, if you can get your hands on a pour of this, I think it's worth it.
It definitely is.
Even if you're spending maybe $20, $30 on that pour, because
it's definitely worth it, especially if you like rye and you like that kind of they say the sweet spot for everybody's between that 95 and 105 proof. This is right at 95. But I mean, for $200, it's just hard for me to get there, because you guys could come shopping with me at a liquor store, and I could put you on 6 bottles of rye for $200. So you could go on with 6 different bottles at less than probably $200 versus you can get that. That's my only knock on that. Like, I just can't see the $200 price point. But other than that, I mean, I think it's definitely worth, if you can get your hands on a pour, like you said.
It's pretty tasty. I'm not gonna lie,
it's
but
good,
like I said, it's whatever you're comfortable with, and as we always say, drink it how you like it, with who you like it.
Absolutely.
And feel free to, if you're comfortable spending the money, go for it.
Hey, you do you.
And remember, follow us, like us, subscribe on our YouTube if you are wanting to see the full episodes, and cheers.
Find more from Hops and Spirits at hopspirits.com.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.